Good afternoon to you all. Great to see so many people on the call, bang on 1 o'clock. So thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. So as you can see on the screen, we are talking about the basics of marketing automation today. Hope you can all hear me clearly. Any problems with the sound, drop us a message, raise your hand, let me know. So I reckon we're going to be about 30 minutes today, depending on questions, so not too long. Won't take up too much of your time today, so let's jump straight in. I recognise a number of people on here. There are people on here who I don't know, so you obviously don't know me as well. So just a quick introduction who I am. This is me, Richard Hunter Rice. My business is Minerva Growth Limited. Business is fast approaching second anniversary, and it's all about sales and marketing strategies. So I've got a 31-year history of working in sales and marketing. This is everything from the family business to large global corporations. A marketing and tech geek. I've always had a passion for sales and marketing. I've always had a thing about technology, automation, and how business owners and small businesses in particular can adopt technology, make lives easier, and give them a far bigger footprint in this world. So yeah, marketing and tech is a great combination to have. I've written a book. So my book is the Sales and Marketing Strategies Double Your Profits in 7 months or less. It's out there. It's on Amazon. It's somewhere else online as well. But if you're looking for it, you can't find it, drop us a message. Happy to connect you with a copy. And then I also contribute probably once a quarter now to the Six Figure Coach magazine, which is basically a global coach, business coach magazine, which is a great read. I'm not sure they're still giving away free subscriptions to it. There was a period they were giving away subscriptions, but I don't think it's particularly expensive to get on board anyway, so it's well worth looking at. Okay, so jumping straight in. So what is marketing automation? Marketing automation, as you can see, is all about delivering the right message at exactly the right time. Basically, this is marketing that once you're set up, it's going to continue working for you day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And once it's set up, it doesn't take a fat lot of work to do. Getting the setup done in the first place is where the work is. Once it's done, it's there, it continues to work, and it will continue to deliver results for you as well. So it's a huge, major positive step in any business's marketing strategy. And it ensures, most importantly, your business is following up on leads, and also clients, which means that your business will be outperforming businesses out there, because there's so many businesses out there today who just do not follow up on anyone at all. So it's a really, really important step. So what does that mean to you? Well, basically the marketing happens automatically. So you can do a lot more, you can do more important things. You haven't got to be sat there looking at your marketing on a regular, minute by minute, hour by hour. So the picture I've used there is for me. What I'd rather be doing than sitting there doing emails all day long is drinking great coffee from independent coffee shops. So happily have that all day rather than sitting banging out sending emails. I mean, obviously, if you were switched on, you could be using it for increasing your sales, developing your business in other ways as well. So it's a very, very powerful medium. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight in. Number one, this is your first step. So start smart with simple return on investment, ROI Focus Goals. So it's very, very easy when you start this journey in automated marketing is to become completely overwhelmed with it. And it's absolutely no wonder at all. The list of things you can do around automation systems is absolutely huge. It's almost endless. So it's very, very easy when you start to get excited with these things to get stuck in and just to not get anywhere at all. So instead, it's all about starting with very, very small steps. So it's all about a smooth transition. So it's setting reasonable goals for practical implementation and starting small. I'm going to show you during the next 30 minutes, the next few slides, how marketing automation, the basics that you'll need to understand. But also I'll share you some useful tips on how you're going to get started. And it doesn't have to take up too much of your time. A logical way of getting started is to begin by creating a content offer or a welcome campaign for new clients. Both of these are really, really great starting points, and businesses will benefit from market automation in different ways because all businesses are different out there. Focus on your ROI at the start of your planning process. And I can't stress how important that is. So always focus on what your ROI is going to be as soon as you start this planning process. Set yourself a simple goal, such as maybe you want to save some time, you want to reduce your labor costs, improve service that you're delivering, or increase sales. These are all really, really important. Or there might be some different things that you're looking at. Time spent up front on creating goals based on the key drivers of your company's success will increase your ROI immensely. So as I've said, I can't stress to you how important that is. Okay, number 2, understand your customer. Do you know who your ideal client is? Who is your ideal customer? Anyone who's working with me on a regular basis will know this already, because it's one of the first things that I insist that we all clients will do. And it was always the first thing that I would talk about. So you need to have a firm understanding of what your client or customer pain points are. If not, how the heck are you going to market to them? What information are your clients looking to seek while making their purchasing decisions? Understand what their behaviors are going to be, what steps they're going to take before they make that purchase as well. What channels are your clients most receptive to? I'm saying clients, so this could typically be your prospects as well. There's so many mediums out there. You need to select the relevant ones, the ones that are relevant for your prospects or your clients. Also have knowledge about what devices they're going to rely on. You will have no doubt read digital marketing all begins with creating a specific buyer persona. And everyone talks about this. It's great. And it is really, really important. So, understand what your buyer persona looks like, what their habits are going to be, document it, design it, get it out there. It'll be much easier to market to for the future. But also, equally as important is understand what makes your business unique. What are your business's unique sales points? What are your market dominating position? If you don't understand exactly what that is, combined with your buyer personas, your marketing is not going to be quite as effective as it should be. Don't forget this step, or you are stabbing in the dark with your automation efforts, and you're just not going to get the results, not going to get the ROI you're looking for. Marketing automation is largely about delivering the right message to the right person at the right time. And it's imperative that you are intimately acquainted with the right person, and the mechanics will all come later. So, know your customers. Get this right. Understand your customers, understand their behaviors, their habits, and your marketing efforts will absolutely fly. If it's wrong and you haven't got it absolutely nailed down, you are going to struggle forevermore to get the right results that you're looking for. Young girl here working away at a laptop, if that's your ideal client, how are you going to communicate with her? How are you going to get them engaged? How are you going to know where they're going to be hanging out and then get where they're going to be? Really, really important to get this right. Number 3, map the process. I struggle with this, why people don't spend enough time doing it. And the place where marketing automation goes wrong is that people don't bother to spend enough time on this area, number 3. So map the process. And what I mean there is for each and every automation process you want to put in place, it is absolutely imperative that you create a diagram of what happens from beginning to end. And this is simply called the workflow. Workflows are really, really important. You can map out the whole buyer's journey. You can map out the whole experience, what these people are going to have. So mapping it out, you can put every single situation that could possibly happen. So an example of this will be, which I'll show you in the next slide. Here's an example. So for this, we've got a new visitor that downloads a free guide. Next, the system automatically sends out a welcome email. So the minute they get the free guide, they're straight away getting an email saying, welcome. Next, maybe for the day or maybe 2 or 3 days, no activity is going to happen at all. Next, D, email number 2 is sent. So I see this done wrong, and sometimes you've got to gauge your audience absolutely spot on, understand what they're thinking. And it could be that if they download a free guide, get an email, an hour later get another email, 3 hours later get another email, next day get another email, you're absolutely bombarding them. And all you're going to do is turn them off very, very quickly, and they'll unsubscribe and you'll never hear from them again. So it's all about getting the staging absolutely right, as you can see. E, activities pause for some period. So they've downloaded a guide, they've got a welcome email, then nothing's happened. Then no activity for 1, maybe 2, 3 days, and they've got an email. And then nothing's going to happen now for a period of time. Now, activity resumed, step F. Those that have clicked on the email are sent a specific message that goes deeper into their topic. So we know they're already interested in this topic, so we're just going to take a little bit further detail into that area. G. Now, most importantly as well, is those that didn't click through are now sent an alternate message of a different offer. So we're going to try and catch them and engage them in a different way. So this example here is a very, very quick one, but basically we show you different routes that we can follow through with the prospect or the client and make sure we get the right impact at the end of it. I can't stress how important it is not to skip the mapping process. It's so important. And your workflow plans enable you to trace any problematic issues to the source. They also make it far easier to repeat, measure, and benchmark any automations that you're doing. So hopefully you take from this is that your workflows are really, really important. Number 4, create a lead magnet. You wouldn't expect potential clients to invite you into their inboxes out of simple, just as plain old love for your website. It'd be nice if it happened, but trust me, it just doesn't happen very often at all. It will, there's always going to be an exception to the rule, and it will happen, but on the whole, it won't. Even if your contact is absolutely amazing, asking visitors to subscribe to your newsletter will create a small trickle of leads at the very, very best. Recent research predicted that in 2017, on average, business people will receive, on average, this is 92 emails a day. To ask me, I think that's quite light. I would say that's well over 100 emails a day. And don't forget, we're in 2018 now, halfway through 2018. I would take that into the early, 100, 120, 130, maybe 150 emails a day. So you've got to understand that your email is going to jump out from all the others they're getting. So to grow your email list at a much faster rate, you need to offer a lead magnet. So a lead magnet can be many different things. It needs to be something that's free. It needs to be something that's relevant to them and offer them valuable content. They've got to want to get your lead magnet, and it's got to offer them some value. So examples of what a lead magnet could look like: they could be an ebook, they could be a video, they could be a webinar, or it could be a mini course. It's up to you. There's lots of different ways of doing this. It's something you're going to entice your prospects or your clients in to get further information. In addition to expanding your email list, your lead magnet presents an ideal opportunity to demonstrate your expertise and to build trust with your prospects, or again, this could be clients. So, number 5, use forms. More often than not, you'll read a landing page or maybe a squeeze page, which are pages expressly designed to make an offer and collect data, are the proper ways to capture leads. And I have to say, this is even more important now in times of GDPR. So, buying mailing lists now, especially around European people, it's just absolutely not acceptable anymore. You have to question that the price you'll pay for each individual lead and the quality you're going to buy, it's far more powerful to get the leads and generate the leads yourself. So if people are opted into your landing page or squeeze page, they're giving you their data, they are automatically opted into your subscription service. In many cases, especially when a new site visitor has clicked through from an advert, a landing page is absolutely ideal. However, you are going to want to experiment with lead magnet strategies on a variety of different pages. Possibly this could include your homepage, this could be your product page, or it could be a blog post as well. Whilst you can, or you could create links on these pages that lead to a landing page, you don't necessarily need to. You'll end up creating more work for yourself and also for your prospect. So instead, take advantage of your marketing automation platform's functionality for building forms. No matter which solution you're using, the majority all have this functionality to create forms, build forms, create forms, get them out there. And if you find your solution that you're currently using doesn't have this, then you're using the wrong one and you need to go and find another. Effective forms are tailored to suit specific offers. Again, this could be a free download, it could be an event sign-up, etc. And what's more, you can present your form to visitors however you choose and wherever you choose. For instance, popular choices today include forms saved upon arrival on a page. It could be that you're scrolling down, it could be prior to exit, and of course, embedded on a page. And I'm sure you've all seen them, the same as I do, on a fairly frequent basis. It's very, very popular now, using forms. Using marketer automation to get an immediate response. So use marketing automation to get an immediate response. How many times are we, we are all frustrated. We all get really, really impatient. We're all busy people and we want results faster and faster. We want immediate results with our marketing. Marketing automation is a great way of getting that. You can speed up the process dramatically. So again, I can't stress to you the power. Okay, number 6, let's fulfill requests immediately. So we all expect fast responses as consumers these days, and our customers are absolutely no different at all. If you're slow to respond, you'll lose business to your competition who deliver on demand. So set up your marketing automation system to respond immediately, or the 0 hour is another term you'll hear quite regularly, to all requests that come in by way of any type of form. It's all about responding really, really quickly, strike while the iron's hot, respond within that first hour to any interaction you've had. If a free resource is requested, a prospect can be thanked via a pop-up. It could be a thank you page, it could be an email, or you could use any combination of these different strategies. You can also ensure that those that make an inquiry via your contact form get an immediate response. Your response will be based on a template you create to correspond to the inquiry, but it can also be set up perfectly warm and personalized. So it's good to have different forms. These are different instances and different campaigns. Just don't use one size fits all. You can tailor make them to the exact response you're looking for. You can make them warm, you can make them personalized. That makes them it will get much higher attention and much better results for you. What's more, you can create an alert system to have a salesperson, if you've got them, or appropriate staff member respond quickly via phone, SMS, and just generally follow up on it. As I said already, majority of businesses out there just don't follow up at all. So anything you do will make you better. Okay, number 7. So number 7 is welcome new prospects. One of the most important automation tools is to set up a welcome email. So when a new contact subscribes to your list, it is important to welcome them with an email that sets a friendly tone and encourages newbies to engage within your business. Welcome emails will likely establish the highest open rate you'll see because the relationship is new and your company is fresh on their mind and the prospect they've just opted in. So a few tips to give you for creating engaging welcome emails are, ask questions about the prospect's needs. Send them a gift. It could be a discount, it could be a bonus offer. Tell recipients where to find valuable content on your website. It could be that you tell recipients what to expect in future emails from you. Tell them what to do next. It could be ask them to make new social media connections with you. Consider creating a welcome series and just of a single email. I see some really slick marketing out there where you may get one email within the first hour. Day 2, you get another email. Day 3, you may get a second email, third email, then so on and so on. And they keep welcoming you in, bringing you into their fold and giving you, different bits of information on each email. So again, it's a really important way of welcoming new prospects. Number 8, score leads. So marketing automation can and should prompt a variety of sales and marketing alignment processes within your company. In fact, many users are wary of using the term marketing automation because the full scope of this extends way beyond marketing, and it can especially be really useful around sales activities as well. So perhaps the best example is lead scoring, where an automation routine is used to rank and therefore prioritize prospects based on the value the lead represents to your business. So what this basically means in English is that each prospect is given a point based on his or her engagement with your marketing. The more engaged the lead, the higher the scoring you give them, the more interest they're going to have in your service or product. An effective lead scoring system will enable you or your team, again, if you have one, you may be a one-man band, that's absolutely fine. If you've got teams, it's a great way of empowering them. And it empowers them to focus on the prospects with the highest potential to convert your clients. Lead scoring will make your salespeople's efforts more prolific. It will also inform your marketing strategy going forward. You'll end up spending less time. You'll spend more time working on your warmest leads, less time over on your whole marketing strategy. Your conversions will skyrocket, as well as you'll be spending less time, as I've said, on your marketing. So lead scoring is really, really important, really, really powerful. Number 9, nurture. Capturing an email address or additional contact information is a valuable first step, but it hardly ensures you have a ready buyer on the line. As such, you're going to want to automate a lead nurturing process to stay on the prospect's radar. We all know that stats behind how many touch points a client needs before they're ready to buy from you, or a prospect needs before they buy from you. And typically it's between 5 to 12 touch points if it's done correctly. You can set up your system to send new communications at any interval you want and for any length of time. Your email should never be pushy, but instead send resources of value to your prospects, attempting to anticipate and fulfill their needs, inform and educate them rather than selling. You can make your nurturing sequence much more personalized and increase receptiveness by offering the recipient the option to select the frequency and all types of communications. For example, a reader may indicate that he or she wants to only see your monthly newsletter, any product update notices or special offers, blog updates, or any combination of these. And the advantage of this is that you will greatly reduce your unsubscribes. If your prospects or clients are in power of how you communicate with them, they are buying into what you're doing, so it makes it far, far more powerful. So, bear that in mind. Create a dialogue with your clients, with your customers, your prospects. So if you could have this type of conversation in the image on the screen now with all of your prospects, your clients, you're having a two-way conversation. It makes that whole relationship far, far more valuable for you. Okay, number 10, welcome new customers. So you've got a sale. Amazing, well done, it's brilliant. With your marketing automation platform, it should also mark the beginning of a relationship and certainly not the end. So send a series of welcome emails to new customers, new clients, making it clear you value their business and will deliver what they need. Set up your marketing, your system to trigger an email series beginning with a warm thank you and introduction, and start off building that relationship from day zero. Many of the tips we've already mentioned for welcoming new prospects can be applied all over again with a view towards increasing the lifetime value of your client. Consider also, it could be ways to cross-sell or upsell your products or services, make the customer more valuable to your business over their lifetime. It could be that you're sharing tips for getting the most from your solutions, increase adoption, change their habits fast. The faster you change a client's habits, the more they'll buy into what you're doing. And then once they start using your services or using your solutions, you don't want them going anywhere else. It could be you're asking for feedback or reviews. It could be you're asking for referrals. It could be you're offering them incentives for referrals. Stay proactive, attempt to create a dialogue and continue being generous and thankful to them. And what I always say to people is treat people as exactly as you want to be treated yourself. Get that right and you won't go far wrong. Number 11, encourage restocking. So if you're selling commodity products, don't wait for your customers to realize they need to restock and slowly come around to make the purchase, as they just may never do so ever. So if your business sells product or services that have a regular replacement cycle, you will increase your sales by setting up email triggers to automatically remind them to reorder when their supply is likely to become exhausted. The smartest businesses out there right now, are getting their new clients set this up when they first establish the relationship. I know personally I use a razor blade manufacturer. And when I started the relationship, they ask you how often you shave, how often, and they'll then come back and recommend the delivery interval scheduled out there. It's amazing service for me, saves time and saves their consumers, myself included, valuable time. Never have to think about it again. But, your campaigns don't need to be limited to identical replacement products like razors or contact lenses. Triggered emails can encourage customers to shop for new products or services on a cycle designed to match their purchasing habits. So now you hopefully can start to see how important it is about getting to know your clients. Number 12, send surveys. Now, I love using surveys. I find them such an easy tool to set up and use and get, the results you're looking for. It also continues to build that intimate relationship up with prospects or clients. So they're a great way to develop a relationship with both prospects and clients, and a better way of understanding their needs by sending them surveys on a regular basis. Or it could be you only do it occasionally. It's whatever fits your business place. We are all different out there. It makes no difference what either you or me think. At the end of the day, it's what our prospects, what our clients think, and they could be having a completely different thought process here. So these are why surveys are so important. I'll give you a few ideas of some sample survey strategies you may use. So you could do things like satisfaction surveys. How do they like the product or service that your business is offering? It could be that there are review requests. How would they rate your service, your solution, your content, your website, your delivery process, support, etc.? It could be around needs and preferences. How could you deliver even higher satisfaction to them? Or it could be product requests. How could you improve or expand your product or your services? So hopefully you'll get a feeling now about why surveys are so important. And again, there's loads of tools out there you can use to create surveys. So yeah, bear it in mind. Number 13, request referrals. So referral marketing, or word of mouth marketing, you may know it as, is the most powerful driver of buying decisions. The issue you're always going to have with referrals is you've got absolutely no control on when they're going to happen. But if you send emails asking your best customers to talk about your brand or share your news or suggest to their friends to buy from you, you will speed up the referral process and very likely will get better new clients out of it. Consider approaches such as refer a friend promotions or incentives for sharing ideas, images, testimonials, or reviews via social media channels. And again, that will help your referrals no end. Number 14, re-engage and purge. Building email lists takes time. You cannot rush the process. And the reality is, over time, your list will start to include a number of inactive contacts. So GDPR is a great subject on everyone's brain, everyone's thinking and talking about it at the moment. What right do you have to continue to market to an email address or a contact that's not engaging with you? So there's the question for you. Most importantly, as marketing people, is what is the point of marketing to these people? It's going to be a complete waste of your resource, your time, your efforts. So therefore, effective marketing automation calls for purging of your list of unengaged contacts. And personally, you need to be doing this at least every 6 months, or even better, every quarter, every 3 months, is go through and just either re-establish contact with people who are unengaged or just get rid of them. But as I say, before you do so, it's wise to also try one final re-engagement with those readers to ensure you don't cut the cord too soon. And they may actually want to remain in the loop. Your marketing automation platform will enable you to identify the unengaged people out there based on criteria you're setting, and then send them an email offering the option to drop out or stick around future news. A recent survey revealed last year that 45% of recipients who received win-back emails read subsequent messages and became re-engaged. So 45% of people who potentially were going to be deleted suddenly made themselves warm again and were re-engaged there. So always take that as a first step before you delete them. So my advice to you is to be creative. Tread lightly, attempt to write humorous content, and why not purpose a great offer that's hard for your unengaged prospects out there to decline. Get them back on board. Number 15, segmentation. Okay, so I'm going to tread really lightly around segmentation because this is where it could start to get really, really complicated. But segmentation can be the key to the most advanced techniques, which will also bring you the best results. It can also be, don't get me wrong, segmentation can also be very, very fundamental if done properly. So just imagine a few simple segments that can lend themselves to your company more finely tuned correspondence. So a few examples of how you can use segmentation are, and again, these are different for all businesses, but it could be male versus female. It could be buyer versus non-buyer. It could be tennis player versus golfer. It could be downloaded specific content versus didn't download. It could be webinar participant versus non-participant. So basically the idea is you create marketing your customer is more likely to value by understanding what they value. As you might have gathered from the examples I've listed, preferences can be based on demographics, behavior, buying patterns, and far, far more. There's so many ways you can use this. The more you're willing and able to filter or segment your contact list based on your data you have, the more you'll cash in on the right message, the right person, the right time. This is where it comes down to pinpoint precision marketing. At the very least with segmentation, I would always recommend any business out there to have 2 lists, have one for clients and one for prospects. And if that's all you're doing at the highest level, then that's a great start and it'll make you far, far better than a lot of businesses out there. You've got different messages you want your prospects to have than your clients to have. So think about it in those stages. Okay, so number 16, test. The idea of testing your digital marketing efforts against each other also sounds like a domain of an advanced automation practitioner, if I can get my words out. But it's not. It's really easy, and it's a remarkably valuable way to vastly improve your results. Your marketing automation system will make it tremendously simple to perform such tests. It could be A/B split testing. These are basically where you're pitting alternative versions against each other. What might you want to have alternate versions of? So you may want to have email subject lines. You could send out the same email to split your data in half, send one email subject line to one half and another email subject line to the other half. See what gets you the best results. It could be the actual design, the layout of your email. It could be from line information. It could be a delivery schedule. Different times of day get different results depending on different marketplaces. It could be copy passages that you use. It could be offers you're using. And split testing is a very, very, very powerful way of making sure you're getting the best results out of your marketing possible. 17, let data drive. So ultimately, marketing automation is all about using data to improve your success rates. Your data gives you insights into your audience as well as what is and what isn't working for you. The more you understand it, the better you're going to be able to optimize your efforts and invest your resources where they'll make a difference. So think and work a full circle here. Think about what we've talked about in the last half an hour. Reread the first point, and basically what it was start smart with ROI Focus Goals. Have you established them? A subsequent action for you to take is to qualify them. As a practitioner of marketing automation, you want to keep scoring by measuring everything that matters and also being consistent about it. Your platform should offer you both high level and detailed analytics. And as I said already, if it doesn't, then you're using the wrong platform, and get out there and select a better platform out there. Most will enable you to create dashboards, taking the big picture and reports to be able to drill down on your data. Start by keeping tabs on some of the basics. These could be total number of contacts. It could be the number of contacts in important segments. It could be growth rates of the above. It could be email open and click-through rates. It could be unsubscribe rates. It could be website traffic. It could be website traffic sources. Where did the traffic come from that landed on your website? It could be on-site behavior, or it could be conversion rates. The more you pay attention to these metrics, the better you'll understand how people interact with your brand across various touch points. You'll get consistently better at making processes more efficient. You will get consistently better at making both your marketing strategy more targeted. You will get consistently better at making your marketing communications more persuasive. You become more efficient. You become more targeted, more persuasive. And very, very simply, there's a formula for making your business more money by working smarter rather than harder, which is how I started off. And that, very, very simply, is what marketing automation is all about. So, do we have any questions? I will pause for a second, have a quick sip of water. If anyone's got any questions, now is the time to raise your hand. Okay, first question's coming through. I knew this would be a question. So, what are the best marketing solutions to use for automation? There are absolutely tons and tons you can use. I'm not aligned to any. I don't advertise any. I don't necessarily recommend any. They all slightly differ. They all have slightly different variants into what they offer, what the features and benefits are. So my advice is always to test out something, and maybe test a few before you decide where you want to put your money. There's a lot of free ones out there which offer you quite a lot of automation tools. So test the water and see. I mean, I've used quite a few over the last couple of years, especially. And the ones, I'll tell you now, the ones I stick to all the time are MailChimp. And I also use another one called GetResponse. The reason is I know how to use them. I get good response out of it. It means I can do stuff and create campaigns pretty quickly. So they work for me. So get out there, test them, see what they work for you. And if you're not happy with them, then go and move on to the next one. Look at reviews, look at blogs, look at what feedback people are giving out there. So yeah, really, really important. Let me have a look for the next question. Might be a second. Okay, great question. Thanks for that. So are there free ones? Absolutely. MailChimp is free. A lot of what I've mentioned you can do through MailChimp as an off-the-shelf solution. I think up to 2,000 contacts in your list, and MailChimp is completely free, and you can do this whole automation piece. And that's just one. There are more out there. Get Response, I think it's about £40 or $40 a month. So it's not massively expensive, but you don't have to be spending lots of money. There are tools that go up there which are thousands of pounds a month as well. So depending on the sort of results you're looking to get and the sort of budget you've got, there are multiple solutions out there that fit all pockets. So great question. Thanks for that. Okay, another question just come through. Give me 1 second. Okay, next question, a great question. So, okay, next question is, I see conversations on social media regarding how people are now more wary about marketing automation, as they can be quite obvious. Agreed. If it's obvious that the marketing automation is the marketing is automated, then it's wrong, it's bad, it's got to be better than that. The more you know about your prospects, the more you know about your clients, the more personal you can make it. One size does not fit all. So you can make it very, very specific. When I first started doing email automation, crikey, nearly 20 years ago, and it was very, very basic, very, very generic, very, very simple emails, but it got sales very, very quickly. Now, you can be a lot more dynamic these days. There's some great technologies out there that you can make it very, very slick and very, very personal. Simple things like putting people's names in there, making it just exceptionally personal, referencing something that prospect or that name, that person has done. You can make it much, much more personal. And there's no reason why it has to appear as it's automated as well. So, you can make this look as real as you possibly can. But then, if it's done properly and it's engaging and it's educating, you're offering value, then it's, very, very powerful. So I don't necessarily agree with that. I think if it's obvious it's automated, it's very robotic, it's not going to get the best results. But, that's not, I'd expect people to do that. Okay, well, that seems to be all of the questions for now.